Paul Washer would tout the beloved theological fathers like Augustine and Calvin and the Protestant heroes. And by the time of about 2004 or 5, this completely shifts to where Paul has realized, I'm not joking, because I bought him books about the church fathers and would give them to him back in the day, where he has realized that in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth century, they're teaching Orthodox Catholic things. So he realizes this. By 2004, 5, 6, Paul becomes an Anabaptist, literal Anabaptist, precisely to say that the church went into blackout. That's his words. So the last time that I spoke to him, when he had this open debate challenge, I went to a local Baptist church where he was speaking, and I went in and waited until after. I didn't disrupt the service. I wasn't rude. Waited until after he finished his talk and then opened it up to the debate to whoever wanted to challenge him. And I said, hey, I'd like to talk to you because you always open this up. I know you say you bill it as a come public speak challenge thing. I said, I want to talk to you about the early church. I want to talk to you about the first 3 centuries. I want to talk to you about how they taught things that you think are heretical. And I want to know why you still claim Athanasius and Augustine as your spiritual heroes and forebears when you also appear to now be saying that they were heterodox. They didn't have the gospel and they're lost. And he got furious, dude. He literally said, I want that man escorted out. And so I was so mad that he had these big redneck deacons to escort me out of the church. I waited in the parking lot for him. I was so mad, right? So I waited out there, and the deacon dudes are like standing in the doorway, like they thought I was gonna come back in, like because I debated, I'm like this terror figure, so like, what's he gonna do? Right? So all I did was wait outside, and eventually Paul came out. I waited probably an hour, right? So Paul comes out. I said, I want to talk to you, and I don't appreciate that you had me thrown out of the church for asking you the question when you build it as anybody can come challenge you about your doctrines. And he said, Jay, I'm happy to talk to you. We can talk, brother. But when we talk, we're going to sit down and talk as men and not in front of a crowd. I'm like, dude, you bill it as that. What are you talking about? And I was mad. I was like, dude, you had me strong-armed by 2 big bubbas to throw me out of the church. Literally, they like grabbed me, pulled me out. I wasn't fighting them because obviously I can't take 2 big redneck dudes. But I was mad. I'm like, dude, you gonna throw me out of the church? This is crazy. So afterwards, we're out there in the parking lot, and he's totally changed he's all soft and nice now. So in person, though, escort that man out of the church. I'll never forget it because he's up there on the stage. Brothers, can you escort that man out of here? He's some kind of God or something, like decreeing this from Olympus. I'm like, dude, give me a break. So he escorts me out. We're out in the parking lot, and now he's all nice, right? The problem, brother, was that you didn't approach me in the manner of Christ. You didn't approach me in the manner of a servant. And I'm like, is this a real person? Like, just talk to me like a normal person, man. You're not on the podium, right? This is not a sermon. Just talk to me, the dude, right? This is literally this. I'm not joking. This is what happened. So he says, sit down, brother, and let's have a conversation. But you're going to talk to me man to man. And I'm like, that's what I did in there. That's what you build this as. All right, so we're sitting down, we're talking. And at the time, right, I know anything about Orthodoxy, but I knew about Catholicism. I was reading all this Catholic stuff. And so I was like, look, Paul, I'm not trying to cause you problems. I was like, I really am struggling with the origins of Protestantism, sola scriptura, sola fide. I've been reading these church fathers. And I said, I'm starting to realize that how do we have sola scriptura without tradition? How do we deal with all these church fathers who believed in the real presence, who believed in baptism and regeneration, who talked about saints, talked about relics? He says, brother, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to stop you, Jay, because I've come to a decision after a lot of prayer. He's always telling you how much he prays. He loves to talk about how he goes, because I go into my prayer corner. I'm going to tell you what I've come to, Jay. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it one bit, Jay. It's a blackout. What's a blackout? The church was a blackout. And I've prayed about it. And I've come to the Anabaptist conclusion, Jay. The Anabaptists were correct. The church was in blackout. Whoa. I was like, so you went the opposite way. Like, I thought I was going to convince you to move towards liturgical thinking and infant baptism. And no, you went the opposite way, right? He went into full on blackout Anabaptist mode, right? And if